Welcome to the UH Teacher Education Pre-Teaching Orientation for Spring 2015. I'm Amber Thompson and I'll be facilitating your orientation. You'll notice that this presentation is one of a series and each presentation covers a different topic, all that are aimed to help you succeed this semester and through the program. First, welcome to the UH Teacher Education program. On this slide you'll see a few members of the Teacher Ed team. At the top is Dr. Hutchison. She's our Curriculum and Instruction Department Chair. In the middle is Dr. Turchi. She is our Associate Chair for Teacher Ed. And then down at the bottom is me, Amber Thompson, and I serve as the Director of Teacher Ed here at UH. We, in addition to all of your instructors and your colleagues and the staff here in the College of Education, are here to help you succeed throughout the rest of the program and towards your goal of certification. Many of you have probably met the ladies on the screen, but if you haven't, these are, or at the top of the slide, are your academic advisors. You have on the left, top left, you have Alyssa Adame, and then to the right of her is Erica Almaguer. She's the advisor down in Sugar Land. And then back on the bottom left is Crystalline Dawson, and then to her right is Anitra Wright. Alyssa, Crystalline, and Anitra are the main campus advisors. Erica is out in our Sugar Land campus, and then Kimberly Zanefield, who is not on this slide, does advise those of you who are seeking her Human Development and Family Studies major, but are also seeking certification. Also included on this slide is our certification officer and our placement coordinator, Dr. Coleman. She's the one who organizes all of your field observations from pre-teaching to student teaching. She also is the one who will recommend you for certification at the end of your program. So this semester you're considered to be in pre-teaching, and in that semester we have assumed you've done a few things, or you're currently doing a few things. One is that you're enrolled in an introductory course. So for EC6 Generalists, that would be CUIN 3316. For 4.8 certification students, that's CUIN 3221. And for secondary or high school and all-level art students, also PB students, anybody post-bac, is EDUC 3301. And then if you're seeking a master's degree plus certification, you're enrolled in CUIN 6301. So those are considered our introductory courses, and that's how we schedule field work and all the different benchmarks that you'll complete this semester. We've also assumed that you've completed your core requirements. Now, many of you may have a couple of classes that you need to finish over the summer or in mini-mesters, and as long as you have a plan for that, that's okay. If you don't have a plan for that, make sure you see your advisor. And speaking of which, the next bullet is that you've seen an advisor. And if you haven't seen an advisor, please do so soon so they can make sure that you're on track and are where you need to be. And then, of course, if you're in the Teacher Ed program, we do assume that you want to teach and be around kids, since that is the major part of the program. So this slide shows or lists the goals of the UH Teacher Education program. We ultimately want to make sure that you're prepared to impact students out in the public schools. So with that, we're going to make sure we prepare you to teach in urban schools. We're going to enhance your knowledge, skills, and professionalism. We want to make sure you know how to study and document your own teaching effectiveness. And at the end of the day, we want to make sure you're the most prepared, the most hireable, and the most effective teacher that you can be. So continuing along those lines are some of the other things that you'll be doing while in the program. Because our purpose is to prepare you to be an effective teacher, you will be required to observe and practice and teach with real-life children in real-life classrooms that happen during the day, because that's when students are in schools. You'll learn about teaching issues and strategies and methods. You may have to work with people that you don't necessarily agree with, and will help you manage those relationships. But you will have to manage your own path and make smart decisions and work very hard. But if you do all those things, you will receive the best preparation available, and again, meet that goal of being hireable and impact students out in the public schools. So we want to make sure that we have a quick overview of the program and what you can expect for over the next 4 semesters. So this chart shows that this first semester you're in pre-teaching, and it's considered the application semester to the teacher ed program. So you'll be completing coursework and some beginning field work, taking different benchmarks and completing requirements to move on to the next semester, which is developing teaching, which is considered the first formal semester in the teacher ed program. And during that semester, you'll continue taking courses and continue working out in the field until you move on to the final year of the program, which is Student Teaching 1 and Student Teaching 2. It's considered the capstone of the program, where you'll be taking both classes here at U of H and working out in the public schools student teaching. So we'll go into a little more depth of each semester. This semester, again, it's pre-teaching. And during the semester, you'll complete different requirements to be formally admitted into the program. One of those requirements is a teacher education application. This will be posted, actually sent to you through email, more towards the end of the semester, so you can look for it as you're finishing the semester. And this is where we'll collect information from you, and it's kind of your formal, yes, I am wanting to be certified. And then we take that application and help track you through the rest of the program to make sure you have what you need at the time that you need it. This semester, you'll also take a writing assessment. You'll complete an admissions interview. You need to make sure you see your advisor, not only this semester, but every semester. And then as part of that teacher ed application, you'll also request your field experience site for developing teaching. Speaking of field experiences, you can think of field experiences like school observations or work in the school. So anytime we're talking about you being in the field, that means you're out in the school, in the public schools, not here at U of H campus. So during pre-teaching, you'll spend 1 day a week observing in a variety of schools in different districts around Houston. So the idea here is that you see what's out there. You see lots of different things in lots of different places. We'll go into more detail in that in the field experience presentation of this series, but right now, needing to know that you will spend 1 day a week in the field in addition to the courses that you're taking. At those observations, at the field work, you will be mostly observing. So you may work with some small group or individual students, but for the most part, you'll spend this semester during pre-teaching observing. So after pre-teaching, you move to developing teaching, which is the second semester in the teacher ed program. Your advisor will take your teacher ed application that we just talked about and review it to make sure that you've completed your benchmarks, that you have at least a 2.5 GPA, and are ready to be formally admitted to the program and move on. This is also the semester where you need to declare your major or minor, so you'll need to see your advisor to sign an official degree plan or to declare your official minor. And during developing teaching, you'll also request your field site, your school, for Student Teaching 1 and 2. For field experiences during developing teaching, what you can expect is to spend 10 hours a week in the public school. Normally, students do 5 hours a day for 2 days a week. So this is where you'll be taking courses, but you'll also need to be in the schools 2 days a week. So it's time to start thinking about what that looks like so you can plan. In this semester, however, there's some district preference allowed. So this semester during pre-teaching, you'll be seeing a variety of schools and kind of driving around town. For developing teaching, you'll be at one school and you'll have preferences to what district you're interested in observing. Also, during developing teaching, your field work moves from observation to more small group teaching and reteaching and individual student teaching, and kind of any duties that a regular teacher would have, but more of an assistant. You may be helping in the library, you may be doing bus duty, but in addition to different instruction activities with students. And then after developing teaching, you'll spend your final year in student teaching 1 and 2. There's no formal application for student teaching 1 and 2, but your progress is monitored by your advisor through that original teacher ed application that you will submit this semester. During student teaching 1 and 2, you will take a variety of courses. You'll take methods courses, which are your how to teach courses. So if you're in a math methods class, it would be a how to teach math. Some of you will be taking your advanced content classes. So if you're a secondary student, you may be in a history class or an advanced math class. And you'll also be taking student teaching, which means you'll be placed in the schools as well, actually practicing teaching lessons. So you'll be in the same school for a year. It is a full-time commitment, so you'll either be on campus here at U of H taking coursework or in the field completing your student teaching pretty much Monday through Friday for the entire year. So now, again, like I said before, it's time to start planning for those things because this student teaching 1 and 2 is a full-time commitment. Once student teaching 2 is completed, then you will apply for certification. That's the time you'll graduate. You'll apply for certification, be recommended, and then take a position. So that concludes this presentation, the program overview. Again, we're glad you're here. If you have any questions, please feel free to email the email that you see listed here. It's teached@uh.edu. That's a general email or email inbox that will be forwarded out to the person that can best help you answer your question. See your advisor. If you see me in the hallway, stop me, ask questions, ask your instructors. We want to make sure that you succeed through the program and you're prepared and you're well informed. So make sure you ask early and ask often.